(8:45). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news, edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. The standard and composition of gas cylinders will be tested at district level. 10,000 million rupees has been allocated from the budget for promoting of minor crop exports. There is a risk of the increase in dengue patients. Another 718 corona-infected persons have been identified. Measures have been taken to reopen Dhamma schools from tomorrow. In world news, Interpol elects UAE official as president. State Minister Lasantha Alagiyawanna says that samples will be taken from 7 districts to test the standard and composition of gas cylinders. These samples will be directed to the Standard Institute. The government has taken this measure in relation to some incidents of gas cylinders exploding. The Petroleum Corporation will submit one test on the composition of gas, while the other will be directed to the Moratuwa University for testing. 10,000 million rupees has been allocated from the budget for the promotion of minor crop export development in the plantation sector. The objective of this move is to increase the income of cultivators and to enhance the foreign exchange from crop exports. A notable progress has been achieved from the minor crop export when compared to the previous years. More than 82 billion rupees was earned as income this year. The government has implemented a program to expand minor crop exports in order to double the income by the year 2025. The health sector says that there is a risk of a rising in dengue patients. Deputy Director of the Colombo Lady Ridgeway Hospital, Dr. Santosita, said that health officials have become tired of treating COVID and dengue patients. He also said that 20 dengue patients have been admitted to the hospital during the last 24 hours. Out of this, 4 patients have reached the dengue hemorrhagic status. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. We continue with local news. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that it has become a severe problem of electronic media institutions not charging reasonable rates for election propaganda activities. It has been observed that they charge high rates from candidates during the election period. He pointed this out at the Committee Council for submitting amendments in order to identify the regulations and reforms on the election and voting structure. The Committee Council met yesterday under the patronage of Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and representatives of 3 media institutions. They were witnesses. The next meeting will be held on the 2nd of next month. The COPE committee says that there are 32 state institutions that are running at a great loss. This has been caused due to corruption, malpractices and a shortage of a task force. Sri Lankan Airlines is the number 1 reported for losses. The committee has also stated that the Electricity Board and the Petroleum Corporation and Lanka Satosa are also institutions with high losses. The Buddhist Affairs Department has announced that Dhamma schools will be reopened from tomorrow. The educational activities will be conducted under the required health guidelines. The department has advised the district and regional Balamandalas to prepare a suitable program with the participation of parents and other parties regarding the reopening of Dhamma schools. Next we look at the main news story.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
The Director General of Health Services has confirmed 20 new coronavirus-related deaths for yesterday, increasing the death toll in the country due to the virus pandemic to 14,278. The new fatalities include 13 males and 7 females. Among them are 4 individuals between the ages of 30 to 59 years. The remaining 16 are in the age group of 60 years and above. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health has reported that 718 more persons have tested positive for COVID-19 today. This brings the total number of COVID-19 cases confirmed in the country to 561,578. That was the main news story. A look at Watchlight next.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Watchlight is brought to you by
Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
Dr. Chandima Jeevandara says that there is a possibility of the newly detected corona variant from Africa spreading faster than the Delta variant. Therefore, he requests the public to strictly adhere to all health guidelines. He said it is compulsory to take the booster vaccine so that one's personal immunity levels can increase. That was a look at Watchlight. A bulletin of world news will follow.
Select technical and vocational courses with proper guidance. Visit regional career guidance centers or visit nearest district divisional secretariat offices and meet career guidance practitioners or skills development officers. Be aware on unregistered institute which promote widely. Don't waste your valuable time and money. Visit www.tvec.gov.lk for more information. Message from Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
Coming up, world news. The headlines: Interpol elects UAE official as president. South Africa says it is being punished for detecting new Omicron variant. NSW and Victoria tighten international arrival rules as states and territories respond to Omicron variant. A global police agency has elected a UAE Interior Ministry official as its new president and a Chinese Public Security Minister official as an executive committee member. Human rights groups are voicing concern that their appointments could jeopardize the agency's commitment to human rights. The International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol, held its annual General Assembly in Istanbul, Turkey on Thursday. Interpol elected Inspector General of the United Arab Emirates Interior Ministry, Ahmed Nasir al-Raisi, as its new president. Al-Raisi has been accused by human rights groups of failing to act on allegations of torture of detainees in the UAE. South Africa has complained it is being punished instead of applauded for discovering Omicron, a concerning new variant of COVID-19. The Foreign Ministry made the statement as countries around the world restrict travel from southern African countries as details of the spread emerged. Early evidence suggests Omicron has a higher reinfection risk. The World Health Organization (WHO) said yesterday that the new variant has been considered as of concern. Hundreds of passengers arriving in the Netherlands from South Africa are being tested for the new variant. Australian states and territories are reimposing border rules in response to the new Omicron variant of COVID-19, which has now been detected in a growing number of countries across the world. Today, Australia tightened its international border to travellers from 9 African countries, where the new variant of concern has been found. People arriving from South Africa, Lesotho, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Namibia, Eswatini, Malawi and the Seychelles into any Australian state or territory must undergo 14 days quarantine. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Interpol elects UAE official as president. South Africa says it is being punished for detecting new Omicron variant. New South Wales and Australia tighten international arrival rules as states and territories respond to Omicron variant. That ends this bulletin of world news. Development news follows.
Development news is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Development news. Ornamental fish cultivation has been expanded in the Mathura district. Around 1,400 families will benefit. Several projects, including fisheries port development, providing fishing gear and storage facilities, are being implemented. 4 million rupees has been allocated for this project. That was development news. Sports news is up next.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
On to sports news. The International Cricket Council today announced that the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup Qualifier 2021 in Harare has been called off due to the introduction of travel restrictions from a number of African countries, including the host country Zimbabwe, following the outbreak of a new COVID-19 variant in southern Africa. The decision was taken during the preliminary league phase of the 9-team tournament that was to decide the final 3 qualifier for the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2022 to be played in New Zealand, as well as 2 additional teams for the next cycle of the ICC Women's Championship. The qualifiers will now be decided according to the team rankings as detailed in the tournament playing conditions. Therefore, Bangladesh, Pakistan and the West Indies will now progress to the event in New Zealand. That was a look at sports news. Business news is up next.
Moving on with sports news. Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Mass Intimates Private Limited was named the Exporter of the Year, and Akbar Brothers won the Global Outreach Sri Lanka Brand of the Year at this year's annual awards for exporters. Mass Intimates was also named Best Exporter in Product Diversification at Mass Active Trading Private Limited, Market Diversified Exporter of the Year. Best exporter in product diversification went to S&S Chemicals Private Limited. Best Value Added Exporter Award went to Orel IT Private Limited. That was business news. Economic news follows.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Commercial Bank has provided 50% discount for their credit and debit card holders. The concession can be obtained from more than 3,500 trade outlets in the island during the festive season. That was economic news. Up next is the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
The Met Department says that atmospheric conditions are favourable for the formation of afternoon thunder showers over most parts of the island. Showers or thunder showers will occur over most parts of the island after 1 p.m. Heavy showers above 100 millimetres may occur at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central, northwestern and Uva provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Showers may occur in the northern and eastern provinces and in the Galle district and also Mathura, Kaluthara district during the morning too. That was a look at the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. The standard and composition of gas cylinders will be tested at district level. 10,000 million rupees has been allocated from the budget for the promotion of minor crop exports and development. There is a risk of an increase in dengue patients. Another 718 corona-infected persons have been identified. Measures have been taken to reopen Dhamma schools from tomorrow. And in world news, Interpol elects UAE official as president. That ends tonight's news broadcast. Country Saturday will continue in the company of MW and IS.